Welcome everyone to Red Rock Chess. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today we're going to be guessing the ELO. If you guys are new to chess, please make sure to like and subscribe. It does help us out a lot. Currently we're at 33 subscribers out of our current goal of 500. So let's get right into the video. So today we're going to be analyzing with the black pieces, and in this opening we have white starting out with the king's e4 attack. Black decides to match with e5. This right here is a very common move. The whole purpose is just to start developing the knights into the game. Very common. You can see that it's taken them a couple seconds to do it. Right here, this is what's known as the king's gambit. And it's pretty popular because if black were to take in this situation, there's just opportunities to bring out the knight so that the queen can't really do anything, and it just creates a strong attack. You could eventually even push out your pawn right here to capture this back right here, and if black decides to push their pawn, it's just not the strongest option. So in this case, white pushes their pawn. It's kind of giving me the idea that this is a low-level game. Not a lot of players like to play this game at the higher levels, especially with how awkward it is. There's not a lot of development. You can see that they've pushed this pawn twice in the first 3 moves of the game, so not very high level is what I'm trying to pick up on. Right here, the reason why this is such a bad move is because it can just easily be taken for free. The better option is just to move it back to the starting square. And so white in this case just picks up a free knight, and they're creating a strong attack right there. They could even put some more pressure on that pawn. They got a pawn right here, so this is just a wild game to start. And in this case, there's the opportunity to just drop the queen back right here. I would say this right here or queen f3 is one of the best opportunities for white. This is not a bad move. It defends this pawn right here, so not too bad overall. The reason why this is not so good is because it could just be defended. This is giving me really good vibes that the game is under 800 elo. If you guys think that I'm correct, make sure to put down in the comment section if you guys think that they are under 800 elo. That's what I'm picking up on right now. So they push the pawn right here, and the best thing is for this pawn to take right here, because then after takes you could just have queen to d1, and then yeah, because you can't really take from here, so it's okay because you have a couple people pushing and they can't be pushed right there, so that's the best move. In this case, ooh, they bring out the knight to attack the queen. The only problem with that is there's a discovered check right here. And what I mean by discovered check is that the queen is checking the king if this pawn was in the way. So if you push that pawn, then it's really good for black. And that's exactly what black does. Okay, so that's a good strong move right there. And in this case, they take the queen, he promotes a queen, and they just start developing. This right here is attacking the knight. He could always drop back his queen if he needs to. He is applying some pressure on that. And wow, what a blunder. He moved his knight, I think, to start and create an attack on these 2 squares right here. But it can be taken right there. This can be checked. And this right here is a very strong check, because you can just, once you capture right here like this, then you can eventually have the king slide over and the queen takes. Let's see what this player did. Oh, they did take both of them. That is very, very good for black. And you can now see they're up 9 points of material. Just 5 moves ago, you would see that white is up 2 points of advantage. And just a couple moves later, black's up 7 points of advantage. So it's very back and forth between the 2 players. You could tell that they are not high level players. In this case, you can just easily take with a check right there, and castle is a very, very strong move. And you could tell that they're playing really, really fast. They've have 10 minutes on the clock, and they're playing like it's bullet chess. So definitely low level chess, especially because of how fast they are playing. They're not taking time to think about it, many moves. Right here, the best thing for black to do is just try and consolidate, and that's what they are doing. And this check right here is just taking away some vital squares for the king. Right now, the only moving squares that white has, so if they were to eventually just move this knight out, or this rook out of the way to cut that off, that is exactly what happens. This right here can just easily be taken, so not really too good or bad of a move, and that's what happens. Once these rook gets doubled up, you can easily just move this one right here, and then just cause some checks and just take control of this file right here. And the only opportunities that black or white has to move right now are very minimal, and there's just lots of opportunities. The best thing to do is move this bishop back, because then the only available squares for white is to eventually just move the king to one of these two squares, and that's when you start bringing in your pawns. Capturing is very good. This pawn right here actually is more detrimental, because then when you push this pawn right here, b5, that's taking a lot of squares away. It doesn't matter if they push, because then you're just creating more problems for white. They don't exactly do that, and so it allows the king to like escape. And in this case, this is just still a good attack. And now he makes that move right there. And this is even worse for him, because now he has the opportunity to attack. This right here is cutting off all available squares right here. So the king really doesn't have any squares that he can go to in this case. So checkmate is inevitable. And moving a white pawn, absolutely horrible. Black does seal the deal with checkmate right here. My guess is that it's going to be around 750. Let's find out what their ratings are. Their ratings are, wow, their ratings are 327 for black and 364 for white. So definitely a surprising game for sure. If you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. It does help us out a lot. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching.